So one time we went up to Marshall's farm. Come to find out, Marshall is scared to death of chickens, and so like we're going in there and like lifting them up, and like they're freaking out. Marshall's like, "They're so scary." That's about how it went.
My favorite memory probably is all the spirit days in Green Crew as well, because I absolutely love the dressing up and puffy painting overalls and everything, and it was just absolutely a fantastic time.
One time we were on the bus to away on a soccer trip, and Anton didn't stop singing.
My favorite memory is when Grant pooped in the small gym.
One time during basketball practice, I farted and poop came out, and we were all sitting down, and when we stood up, it rolled out of my shorts and landed on the ground. And then we all walked away because no one noticed. But then like 5 minutes later, our coach saw it and walked over, and he was so perplexed as to why there was poop on the ground. And then everyone was like, "It's probably Grant, he's been farting all day." And then I convinced everyone that it was bat poop.
My favorite memory at Northwest Christian was our senior retreat. We just bonded and had a lot of fun.
My favorite memory? Cankles.
My favorite moment is to finish my last essay in my whole life.
My favorite memory of Northwest Christian is winning 4 state championships.
My favorite memory was working out all day, every day.
My favorite memory, volleyball girls will know this, but the all-nighter 2 years ago when Lexi was telling us that super funny story, and then there were 6 fingers.
My favorite memory is saran wrapping Jack to a couch.
My favorite memory is saran wrapping Jack Shannon to a couch.
My favorite memory is saran wrapping Jack Shannon to a couch.
My favorite memory is these 3 saran wrapping me to a couch.
So my favorite memory would be in sophomore year, we had the big bouncy castles at the end of the year Spirit Day. And I dove through on the relay race one, and I didn't have my pants tied enough, and it ended up pantsing me, and I was mooning like 40 people, like Mrs. Ryman, Lisa Vandenberg, yeah, a bunch of people. It was bad.
My favorite memory while in high school was 2 summers ago when we took a trip with Mrs. Richards to Italy, and we were swimming in this ice-cold glacier water in the middle of a dock, and this man from New Zealand came up in a Speedo and started talking to us in Italian, and we told him he didn't speak Italian, and he was like, "Oh, I'm from New Zealand," and he had like a floaty, and he was in a Speedo, and it was good. It was pretty great.
And mine's also my favorite memory while being at NWC is when we went to Italy, and Shallon really didn't like the food, and she just kind of put it in her mouth and was like, it was really great. We still make fun of her.
My favorite school memory is probably the business trip to Mexico because we made a lot of good friends and the food was good.
My favorite memory here at NWC is when at Camp Spalding at the retreat, all the worship team and class officers and ASB were there the night before, and all of us decided to, at like 11:30 at night, go and jump in the lake, and we all got in a big line and jumped in at the same time, and it was just a blast and splashing water everywhere, and it was so much fun, and so I remember it.
My favorite memory is probably always striving to be better than Becca. She just set such high expectations for me to fulfill, and I really thank her for setting those expectations for me, because throughout high school I've lived in her shadow both literally and figuratively, and I want to thank her so much.
My favorite memory is being better than Cece at everything. Right, Cece? Yes, Becca?
My favorite NWC memory is Mexico, enough said.
One of my favorite memories that I will never forget of all the seniors, and I can't even tell you how many, but sitting in my office, there's like capacity of what, 5 people in the office, and at least 25 every day come in between worship team, ASB, just passing through 7th period, all these seniors are always in my office, and I love it, and I'm going to miss them, and I'm wishing you the best. That's all I'm going to say. Goodbye.
My favorite memory at Northwest Christian was beating that person I lost to at districts and regionals with wrestling.
So one time, Sarah Gady, Beth Johnson, Shannon Haggerty, and I decided to go out to Springdale for a basketball game, and because we were a green crew and it was a really exciting idea. Beth had numerous Beth moments where she would like dive under the car to see if the tires were popped, or we had to go ask for directions, even though there's only like 2 streets in Springdale, and we had to ask where the school was, and it was just around the corner, which was a little embarrassing. And then I also became a makeshift cheerleader that day, which was very exciting, and I think that I should now be lead cheerleader. So that's probably my favorite memory.
My favorite memory was stealing all my friends' keys and moving their cars.
My favorite memory of high school is probably just doing all the shows. This last year was the most fun with Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, so thanks to all the theater people.
I think my favorite memory was in 7th grade when we all went on the Portland trip and we were all on the speedboat and it was raining and it was super cold, but I think we all had a lot of fun.
A dump!
One time, Jordan was about to have a date kind of thing, and I betwixt him into using a woman's perfume and tricked him saying it was hand sanitizer, and he smelled like a woman for the rest of the day. It was pretty awesome.
What is this?
Yes, you, Jordan.
Don't remember.
I've had the pleasure or the misfortune of seeing TK Taquitos Bagel. If anyone has seen that, you know what I'm talking about.
My favorite memory in high school was pretending to be Kendall.
I think one of my favorite high school memories is the day that I first met Jeremiah Taylor. He randomly saw me and said, "Wow, you have a huge Adam's apple, man. I kind of want to play it." So naturally, he had me sustain a single tone, and he was playing with my Adam's apple, using it as an instrument when we were playing in worship team one day. That was one of the most unique experiences of my life.
My favorite memory is when I got caught making out with Grant.
Didn't happen.
My favorite memory of high school was the time I caught Kendall and Grant making out.
Also didn't happen.
Well, my favorite memory is from sophomore year during the play Little Abner, and I was a wife, and we had this special scene where we were all mad because our husbands were all wrong, and we had to do a song. And just before the song, Josh Lusso said his line totally wrong, and then Kendra Vandenberg squeaked when she said her line. So we were all supposed to be singing, but instead we were all buckled over, laughing our heads off, and the whole song was a disaster, but it was also really fun.
So one time we went to a play, and then we came back, and we decided to go to McDonald's to get ice cream. So Cameron was in the backseat, I think, and Julie and I were up there, and the lady
And we were
was,
dressed up.
Yeah, we were dressed up for the
really
play.
nice.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "Why are you so dressed up? Did you go to homecoming?" And we didn't want to say no, so
we said yes.
Right, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was in the back seat and she couldn't see me.
And I was wearing a red shirt. And then
This could be a long story.
And then, so we got ice cream, and then we decided for Cameron and I to switch.
We wanted more ice cream.
Yeah, we decided that it was good to get another thing, so Daniel and I switched spots in
And
the
we
car.
drove back through again.
Yes.
And then the lady was like, "I could have swore you were in the blue shirt earlier." And Cameron was like, "No." And then we were like, "We just got back from homecoming." Then we had 2 ice cream cones that night, and
And it was a great day.
it was homecoming.
Yes, it was a very good homecoming, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. The end.
Just run.